Welcome back, Tiger fans, to the Tiger Sports Report. I'm Ethan Scott, joined alongside Chance Marick and Bianca Reeder here today for another wonderful episode. Guys, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. Bianca, you got some questions for us about spring sports going on around here at Broken Arrow?
I do. Okay, so let's start off with our boys track team. What are our thoughts on them being undefeated this season? Let's start with Ethan.
I mean, it's just, they got a lot of heart. I know a lot of people on the track team, including people like Camden Cantwell, who's currently injured right now, hoping the best for the guy. James Tackett, JoJo David, a lot of underclassmen are stepping up too for that track team. So, I mean, if they can just keep going in the right direction, state championship, the way it's been looking so far this season should be a breeze.
I'm telling you, I'm really proud of my guys on the track team, like Nate, KD, Caleb, all the football guys on the track team. Mm-hmm. I'm really proud of them for going undefeated for the season, and I'm ready to watch them in state.
Now let's talk about soccer. What are some major improvements you have seen from the boys and the girls? Chance?
I know that for the girls, the season started off kind of shaky, but then they all kind of put it together, and now they're in the playoffs, and both boys and girls teams are in the playoffs, so I'm excited to watch them and see how far they'll go in their deep playoff runs.
Alrighty, Ethan?
For the girls, Chance, kind of right. Start off shaky, but I think an improvement that they made really well from last season, where they went out, I believe it was either the quarterfinal or the semifinal of the state tournament, where they really improved is just their pace of play. Last season, the Castleberry sisters were both on the wing, and it would be nonstop just counterattack football from them. But as the season's gone on this year, they've kind of changed that up. They like to pass the ball a lot towards the backfield and all that good stuff, and the more ball movement they get throughout the midfield, the wings, the defense, all that good stuff, it's very, very slow and methodical, and that's why they're able to pick apart teams. And honestly, the same thing goes for the boys. The midfield for this team this season has just been incredible. You got players like Blake Frasillo, who's able to just control everybody in there. He's looking kind of like Luka Modric. That's what it reminds me of. I know you guys probably don't know that name, but Real Madrid defender or Real Madrid midfielder. Just an incredible, incredible player, Blake Frasillo, this season. Our midfield has definitely been a strong piece for each the boys and girls team this season with soccer. And that's why we're doing as good as we are.
Alrighty, now let's lastly talk about baseball. What underclassmen do you think is going to kind of step it up next season?
In my opinion, I think that Cooper Bates and Lane Condry they've stepped up this season, and I think that they'll continue to step up. Two-sport athletes, they have a lot on their plate already, but I feel like in these next few months in the off season and stuff, the baseball team will really improve because of them stepping up to the plate.
I got three: Kelton Tarr, Cooper Bates, and Tyler Billingsley. These guys have been pretty solid throughout the season so far this year. All three of them normally starting in the batting order. So if they can just keep up what they're doing and head into their senior years on a good note, I think baseball, just like it is kind of this season, they're hitting a lot of bombs, a lot of home runs, a lot of pop off the bat. And if they can continue that into next season, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape.
Alrighty, and that was my last question for you guys.
Awesome. A quick little segment to start off the episode. When me, Chance, and Bianca get back, we'll be talking some NBA playoffs and all that good stuff. So stay tuned here on the Tiger Sports Report.
Right now, get $200 from TTCU Federal Credit Union when you open a new checking account with direct deposit. What would you buy with $200?
Cars, race cars, my own apartment, 100 coloring books, and a puppy.
Or maybe some groceries and a tank of gas. $200 for whatever works for you from TTCU, because life is better in balance.
Welcome back, Tiger fans, to the Tiger Sports Report. We're now on to the NBA. The playoffs are in full force now. First round, a lot of teams up 3-1. Bianca, got some questions for us.
I do. So let's start with Chance this time. Now, who is your MVP this season?
Honestly, my MVP is Joel Embiid.
Hey, dab me up with that one. Oh, yeah. Oh.
There we go.
That was awkward. Nah, keep going, Chance. Keep going.
Joel Embiid, I feel like he's really stepped up and, he's carried that team. They're the only team in the first round to have a sweep. He has James Harden, but that's not I mean, James Harden isn't the Houston James Harden that we all know.
We saw some vintage James Harden though with that breakdown he did of Cameron Johnson.
Just a little bit, but not 50 a game, James Harden. But I feel like he has an edge over Jokic just because Jokic has won it twice, and the award is most valuable player. So if you take James Harden off, or if you take Joel Embiid off that team, they're not sweeping them. They're not being as good as they are. Ethan, what about you?
So yeah, I got Joel Embiid, but
Yes,
let me do some devil's advocate real quick. You say it's based off the most valuable player for the team, right? Best
Yes,
team,
sir.
whatever. Now, Nikola Jokic, I get he's won it 2 years in a row. Now, me personally, him winning it 3 years in a row, I think would be a stretch because that would automatically like put him like one behind LeBron. Like that would just be crazy, you know? So here's my reasoning though for why Jokic could possibly get it. Now, I'm not 100% about this, and correct me if I'm wrong, but every single year, it's been whoever has the highest player efficiency rating. It doesn't matter if you're the quote-unquote best player on the best team. If your PER is the highest in the league, you win it. That's just usually how it goes. And I believe, last time I checked, I think Jokic was number 1. But, who knows? The NBA could, kind of change it up this year because you're right. Joel Embiid, leading scorer, all around just a beast. He's really reminded me of Hakeem Olajuwon the way he plays this season. It's insane. I want to see Joel Embiid win it. But, it's just, they gave it to Steve Nash in 2008.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, it's the NBA. They can do anything they want,
Right.
whatever they're feeling. But let's hope for the best. I think Joel Embiid does end up winning it, and yeah.
And I also feel like if you give it to Jokic, 3 years with no finals, all he has to show for it is just MVPs. He hasn't made it to the finals back-to-back years.
It's a regular season award.
He's probably
the
not
end of
going
the
to
day.
make it to the finals. He's not the best player in
At
the
the end
league.
of the day, it's a regular season award, and that's their logic for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bianca, what else do you have for us?
Alrighty. Now, what teams do you guys believe are going to go to the finals? Let's start with Ethan this time.
Man, my Lakers are up 3-1 over the
Yes,
Memphis
sir.
Grizzlies right
Yes,
now.
sir.
The West is so tight. I don't care if you're a 1 seed. I don't care if you're a 2 seed. You are just as much in contention if you're a 7 seed like the Lakers. The Lakers were down, I believe, 13 games behind the Nuggets as the 1 seed, but, the Nuggets were then ahead of the team behind them by, 7. And then after that, it was just a cluster of teams all, within a game of each other. It's so tight. And, I think the Lakers, we saw it last night in Game 4 against the Grizzlies at L.A. LeBron, oh, my goodness, he's back.
Crazy.
LeBron's back.
That was vintage Bron.
Vintage Braun at his finest. And then for the East, I'm not going to go too much into detail, but the 76ers, they are the only team to get a sweep. The Bucks are about to get possibly a 4-1 gentleman sweep done to them by the 8th seed freaking Miami Heat. That's crazy. So I don't really think they have too much contention really in the East with the 76ers. Celtics are up there, I guess, but it's iffy.
Yeah, my Lakers, me and Ethan's Lakers, they're doing their thing right as of right now, 3-1 lead. But so I got either them or the Phoenix Suns coming out just because of Kevin Durant. That's it. Kevin Durant is arguably the most skilled player in NBA history, skill set wise, arguably.
His bag isn't that deep. But
Arguably.
keep going.
7-foot shooter. And you got weapons like Chris Paul and Devin Booker and number 1 overall pick, DeAndre Ayton.
True.
So their roster's deep, and I just feel like they could, if they get up on a team like they are the Clippers, I don't think that they're blowing the lead this playoffs. And then out the East, I'm going with the 76ers, but I would not be surprised if the Celtics beat them just because the Celtics have more experience because they made it to the finals last year. It's more recent. The only person that's made a deep playoff run on the 76ers is James Harden and PJ Tucker.
Last point I'll make before you go to your next thing, Bianca. Don't count out New York. The Knicks are going crazy right now. Jalen Brunson is putting up crazy numbers. But, again, the East is not really as tight as the West is, so it just depends on who's feeling right that night.
Alrighty, so let's talk about some controversy. So, Dylan Brooks, do you guys think he's going to be an asset to his team, or do you think he's going to end up hurting them?
I think the Guangdong Tigers are really interested in Mr. Dylan Brooks at the moment. Dylan Brooks is an anomaly. He's an anomaly, in my opinion. I don't think we've seen a more outlandish vocal player than him ever.
He's
That is
a
as
wannabe
bad.
Draymond Green.
That is as bad as he is. Like, it's crazy. He got bodied by LeBron in Game 4 for LeBron to win that game. He called LeBron old. What are you talking about right now, man? I mean, you might as well just said his bones were creaky because, like, dude, he's not proving it. I mean, LeBron's going crazy, and Dillon Brooks is guarding him like 90% of the time. So I think Dillon Brooks, I mean, he just needs to keep his mouth shut at the end of the day. Yeah. He talks way too much for his skill set.
Yeah, I feel like, Dillon Brooks said LeBron's old. I feel like Dillon Brooks is a diet Draymond Green. He's not. I mean, he's not as good as Draymond. He talks way more than Draymond. Draymond has 4 rings to back it up. Dillon Brooks has none.
And this was all proven last year, by the way, against the Warriors.
Exactly.
Like the Grizzlies are really just a team of trash talkers. They try and be like the Detroit Pistons of the 1980s, but they'll never be the Detroit Pistons of the 1980s. So, yeah.
Alrighty, and that's all I have for you guys.
All right, guys. Well, when me and Chance get back here on the Tiger Sports Report, we'll be joined alongside some more guests to talk about the MLB, all that good stuff. Season is fully underway now, and we'll be right back with the Tiger Sports Report after this.
Recently, you've had to put your life on hold, and we're with you in this. At Ascension St. John, we're now open for appointments, and we are fully prepared for your safety in our care. As we open our doors again, our doctors, nurses, and care teams will continue to wear personal protective equipment. We've taken even more steps to clean and stringently disinfect all areas. We will maintain distancing in our waiting rooms and will continue to limit visitors. And we will still screen all staff to protect their health and yours. Our emergency rooms are here 24/7. Please do not delay care. We're still delivering babies and performing surgeries. And we're open for your appointments, from specialists and surgical care to routine care and health screenings. Ask us about virtual visits. Ascension St. John continues to care for you, as we have been for almost a century. Thank you for trusting us.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Tiger Sports Report. We're now on to Major League Baseball. Cherish, you got some questions for us? Let's hear them.
Okay, Bray, let's start with you. What are your team power rankings?
At number 1, I got the Tampa Bay. They've been going absolutely crazy. Did anyone expect them being good this year? Because I didn't. Did you?
I mean, Tampa Bay has always been a force in the AL East, but I don't think this good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think the Dodgers. Obviously, they're gonna. Even if their record's not top 3, they are still a top 3 force in the whole entire MLB. It's just it just goes without saying, basically. And then the Braves. The Braves are my 3rd spot.
Yankees are definitely nowhere to be found. Number 1, give me the Rays. Yeah. Number 2, the Stros are always a problem.
Yeah.
Astros are always a problem, just like your little LA Dodgers statement there. The Astros are always a problem.
Yeah.
I think they're pretty good this season. And then give me a tie for number 3, but not really number 3. This is kind of my personal opinion from watching recently. 2 teams that are really good to watch right now: the Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
And the Pittsburgh Pirates.
The addition of Jacob deGrom is helping the Rangers.
Oh, yeah. And also, they got that one dude, man. Do you know that guy's name that hits home runs on that team?
What team?
Adolis Garcia or something for the Rangers.
Oh, for the Rangers?
Yeah. They got this dude named Garcia. I forgot his first name, but he's kind of just now starting to emerge on the scene as like a power hitter for the Rangers. And he's definitely been doing his thing. He hit like 3 home runs the other day in a game.
Sheesh.
And like nothing but extra base hits. So, those are probably my power rankings. So, yeah. Chance, what's yours?
Yeah, I mean, I can't lie to y'all. Number 1, Rays. I don't really care about the rest. It's Rays for days, baby.
Rays for days.
That's my favorite team in the MLB, My guy, Randy Rosarina, going crazy.
Rosarina.
The best start since like 1913, I think it was. And we got, I think, like the best record. I mean, I know we got the best record in the MLB, but I think we have one of the best records
undefeated at home
in the MLB history.
Like to start?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
And then, I mean, we've hit a home run in every game. So
pretty impressive.
That's
just wait till you play the Phillies.
Yeah,
wait till you play the Phillies.
So Rays 4 days, baby.
Okay, Chance, back to you. How is Bryce Harper's absence affecting the Phillies right now?
I mean, I thought that it would be more like known. I thought the Phillies would drop off way more than they are right now, but like, I'm kind of surprised. What about you, Bray?
Bryce Harper's loss of Bryce Harper is kind of like affecting us a little bit. Even though we're 11-13 as of right now, and we started 11-13 last season, and we made it to the final. So like, I don't think we need to worry too much. But the sooner he's back, the better.
Yeah, going off what Bray said, they're 11-13. They're not struggling too bad just yet. Trey Turner's doing what he needs to do. At least they have somebody getting on base. Same with Kyle Schwarber, he's doing his thing. So. I think the Phillies just, once Bryce Harper gets back, they'll start to improve into a better team, obviously. But for now, it's just going to be a little bit of a slump.
Yeah.
Okay, Ethan, last question. What are your thoughts on the Rays?
Well, I mean, I'm a Yankees fan. My Yankees are 13-10, and the Rays are definitely a big part of that. So
Yes,
that answers your question
Yes,
right there,
sir.
Cherish. I just, the AL East is, kind of the division I care about. And with the Rays being as good as they are, it definitely affects my Yankees playoff chances already early in the season because, yeah, I mean, the Rays are just incredible, though. Seriously, undefeated at home. You don't really see that too often, especially like 14 to 15 games into the season. So, yeah, if they just keep going on doing what they're doing, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with later down the line.
I'm glad you asked to go more in detail about the Rays because even though I have them number one, I don't think they're going to be a problem here down the season.
Bro.
I don't think they're going to be that much of a. I don't think they're going to be.
And
that
he's
much
not
of a
wrong.
problem.
He's not wrong. I mean, this is a really random stretch of goodness we're
it's
seeing from the
just-
Rays. This doesn't usually happen. I mean,
Once in a lifetime, they'll never do this ever again. But yeah, I think the Phillies will. The Phillies are just I know I'm biased. The Phillies are a better baseball team with Bryce Harper, and I think that the Rays will fall off.
Better team than the Rays?
Yeah, with Bryce
No
Harper.
way.
Yeah,
the Phillies
yeah,
the Phillies a better team roster wise and stats wise? No, not stats wise, just roster wise and power wise. Are they a better team than the Yankees to you, Bray?
Yeah.
Okay, well that answers our question, guys.
yeah,
He
by
is
far.
a biased fan.
No, you're a biased fan.
Chance, what do you have to say?
I mean, y'all already heard my little spiel on the Rays. Rays for days.
days. Mhm.
Yes, sir. I'm going to try to go up and catch a game maybe when they're in Dallas or Kansas City or something like that. But, I mean, you know how I feel. I just feel like they're gonna win the World Series. World Series champs.
Dang, that's
Stamp
early.
it right
Wow.
now. World Series champs.
That's all the questions I have for you guys.
Cherish, thank you so much. When we get back, we'll be talking some NFL and a little bit of XFL as the playoffs are starting to roll around for the XFL. And yeah, with that being said, we'll be right back with the Tiger Sports Report after this.
For families who like to build their wealth while staying liquid, we have flexible rate CDs to keep your funds working hard, even when you're not. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. The right balance.
Welcome back, Tiger fans, to the final segment of today's episode of the Tiger Sports Report. We're now joined alongside Michaela Converse and Jaden Stewart for the NFL and XFL segment. Michaela, Jaden, how are you guys doing today?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
Doing good.
Doing good. Michaela, you got some NFL and XFL questions for us. Let's hear them.
I do. First off, who do you guys think is going to be the first pick in the draft?
I mean, I feel like I've been hearing stuff about Will Levis becoming the number 1 overall pick. I've been hearing that he's telling his family and friends that he's going to be in Carolina for the next years of his career. But I just feel like Carolina's really faking it for everybody. And I think that what Josh McCown said about them hooping in Carolina is true. And I think that CJ Stroud is going to be the number 1 overall pick. What about you, Jaden?
I believe it'll be Bryce Young. He'll probably be one of the better quarterback prospects in a long time if he was 6'3" and a little bit heavier. He has all the tools. I mean, for a while I thought it would be CJ Stroud for sure, but those test scores came back, and I guess they're really important and just affecting it a lot. So I think Bryce Young will go number 1.
Same here. I think Bryce Young does go number 1. I feel like he had a way better career and in general, just better tools to work with, which has helped him improve his individual skill set at the quarterback position. Like Jaden said, if he just puts on a little bit more weight, I think he'll be a very, very scary quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. This is a CMC-less Panthers team, though. They're kind of bare bones nowadays. They did make a trade earlier in the season.
Moore.
Yeah, so, I mean, they have offensive weapons, but, they're kind of in, the state of the Bears right now, in my opinion. It's just, very bare bones. There's that one guy, but, that one guy is not going to just build a whole team around him because it's football at the end of the day. So, Bryce Young for sure. But, yeah, this Will Levis talk is kind of freaking me out. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's crazy.
Because he went from, plus 5,000 to plus 400 overnight.
Him and Anthony Richardson are not first-round quarterbacks at all.
No.
By any means.
Not at all.
All right, my next question is, I'm going to start with you, Chance. Do you think that the Jets are serious contenders with Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, I don't know. Serious contenders, not serious Super Bowl contenders. I feel like they could come out of the AFC if they have a great season. I feel like it's honestly scary how him and Brett Favre's career is gone, how Brett Favre's career was, and how Aaron Rodgers' career is. But I feel like, obviously, I feel like my Broncos are going to do way better with Sean Payton. Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes. And then you got Trevor Lawrence, evolving into the creature being that he is becoming. So I just feel like Super Bowl, no, but AFC, yeah.
Good way to save the was and is right there for Brett Favre, because Aaron Rodgers does not want to be like Brett Favre when he gets older. No, I think Aaron Rodgers stays 1 year and retires. So, yeah, I just, no. They're just not that good of a team compared to other teams in their division, like Chance is saying. I think the Broncos are going to make a big step forward. Do they win the division? Nope. But I think they're going to be a solid team. I think, you're still going to have players like Patrick Mahomes with the, Kansas City Chiefs and all these other quarterbacks in the AFC and all these other teams in the AFC. They're just going to kind of wall up over the Jets. But do I think the Jets will be good? Yeah. NFL good or Super Bowl good? No, not at all.
All right, what do you think, Jaden?
I think maybe they'll make the wild card playoff, but they just don't have enough firepower.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers, probably 2 seasons. They will have been a lot better off training for Lamar or someone like him, or even trying to get Carr, because Rodgers, he won't win a Super Bowl. Everyone knows how he plays in the playoffs, and if he plays like he did last year, they just won't go very far, and he's too old. It was just a bad trade, in my opinion, and they won't make it past the divisional round.
I feel you. And I feel like people forget that he was, after this football season ended, he was 90% into retirement. He was ready to retire until he went in that darkness retreat or whatever that somehow made him change his mind. But I just feel like he won't have a long New York career at all.
All right, my last question for you guys is, who do you think is going to win the XFL championship? Chance, I'm going to start with you.
I'm a big Seattle Sea Dragons guy. I feel like the Sea Dragons, with the addition of Philip Lindsay, have made a strong case for it. And, they play the DC Defenders, who have former Chiefs quarterback Jordan Ta'amu. And I just feel like that'll be a good game. And then, so I feel like the Sea Dragons will play the Houston Roughnecks coming out of the game against Dallas and Houston. And I feel like my Sea Dragons get it done. I feel like they're going to win the XFL championship. And Ben DiNucci, Josh Gordon, Philip Lindsay, all of them will get NFL contracts by next year.
And I'm with you on that. I think the Sea Dragons are without a doubt the best in the playoffs as we head towards the XFL championship. Yeah, Ben DiNucci, he's been just lighting it up. Dude's a beast, and he's just fun to watch. And, yeah, give me the Sea Dragons for sure.
I agree with you guys. I think the Sea Dragons, just DiNucci's been playing really well, has Lindsay. And they just have a really good offense, and I think they'll finally beat them.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's all I have for you guys today.
Thank you so much, Michaela. Well, guys, that's going to do it here for the Tiger Sports Report. Thank you so much for joining us here on what's going to probably be the second to last episode. And with that being said, we'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.